Hello everyone, Six Pounder here, and today I want to discuss about Alliance Auction House. How does it work? What are the rules and how I believe an Alliance Auction House should be managed? So let's get started with where do we find the Alliance Auction House? So it sits in the market, and you go to the last tab on the left and you see Alliance Auction House. Another way to see this window and get to it is by going to your Alliance and selecting bidding. So what kind of items will we find in the auction house, and what's the difference between the auction house and the regular market? The regular market is a place where any item that you pick that is not bound, you can decide to give it a price and put it for a sale. So if, let's say, for example, I want to buy a diviner weapon, I can select the rank, select the quality, and I will see what people have put on here and what do they basically request. So this is, for example, an item I would love having because it will complete my set. It's somebody uh, asking 50 for it, and basically you pay the 50, he gets a deduced amount because of fees, and you have the item. Pretty simple. Unlike the auction house, the items on the auction house, as you can see here, are mostly items to polish and refine your gems, items for upgrading your mount, and ultimacy skills, which you will see on page 4 that we have right now, if the button will decide to work. Here it is. So this is basically, in general, what you can find. And also you have blast gems. How do you get an item? Basically, you have two options: raise the price or buy it straight away. Now, we all agree that 1,000 blue dimes, it's pretty expensive. Hard to raise this amount quick. So, hey, why not? I'll just take it for 200. But here is the thing. When you put a bidding on an item in the Alliance auction house, what happens is that anyone else can come and raise the price. Those items, by the way, come from the Lost City event that happens 2 times a day, one before the cup, maybe 3 or 4 hours before bonfire, one straight after bonfire. Uh, your alliance decide on any portal they want, they go into the portal, they fight off any enemy alliance members around, and after basically they clear all the threats, they can kill the boss, move to the second floor, repeat until you reach the 4th floor, you kill the last boss, no more bosses, no more floors, the event is over. Those items are the items that the bosses drop. Now, the Alliance Auction House has two phases. The first phase is the first 12 hours where all the items in the auction house are visible only to your Alliance eyes. That means anything you will buy or bid over for the first 12 hours will disappear and will not move to the second phase. The second phase of the Alliance the second phase of the auction house is where after 12 hours passed and no one was buying or bidding any of the items, they are now visible to the rest of the server. That means all the server can go to the Alliance auction house and see the items that you or your Alliance members haven't bought or bid on. That's in very short way, the simplest explanation about the auction house. Now, here comes the etiquette of how an alliance, in my opinion, should be managing the auction house. The auction house not always contains more than one of the ultimacy skills that your alliance that you specifically need. For example, I'm not an archer, but we can see here that somebody have already bid on this ultimacy skill, and therefore, if another archer, and I hope that it's an archer, maybe we can see it in record, but it takes a lot of time to find exactly who bid on what, because it sorts out a lot of a lot of biddings and items that already been bid or still in the middle of bidding. But as you can see, this Archer Ultimacy skill is already being bid by someone, and the only option now is to raise the price. That means the next price coming is 220 blue dimes. Now, within the first 12 hours, Alliance members who only can use the Ultimacy skill are allowed to bid on the item, and they are also allowed to compete against each other who gets it, because it's a fair play. There's only one Ultimacy skill that dropped at this LC or the previous LC event, and that's all we have at the moment. However, by any means, you want to deny from the rest of the server seeing that you have this Ultimacy skill. So what happens if there is an Ultimacy skill, but nobody wants it because either everybody has it or there is no one to use it? What do you do then? If we come to this point, the wisest thing to do is either grab the item and ask if anyone in the alliance wants you to keep it for him till he have the money to give you for the exchange, or you can drop it on the market and ask for double or triple or quadruple the price you bid on it. Because what happens is that the whole server expects that after the first 12 hours, if they don't have any Ultimacy skills in their auction house, they will appear from other alliances' auction houses. However, if you buy the item and the first 12 hours pass and you see that there is no item on the auction house, you probably will go to the market and check if somebody sells it. So, what should you do as an alliance member and what you shouldn't do? What you should do is bid on items that only you can use. And also, if you see that there is no one bidding on an item for the first 12 hours, and you have a timer like here in the on this I seal Ultimacy skill for an archer, if somebody decides that is not gonna buy it or nobody's bidding on it, you can choose to wait for the last 5 minutes, see maybe someone will check the auction house, remembers he needs that Ultimacy and bid on it. But if he doesn't, you are allowed, if you're not able to use it, go bid on the Ultimacy skill, get it, and then keep it away from the rest of the server. What you're not allowed to do is steal from your alliance auction house, which means taking the item from other people who can use it. And what I mean by can use it, it means that, let's say that right now this Ultimacy skill is being beaten by someone. I don't know who it is, too lazy to check the record, but I 100% sure that I cannot use it because I'm not an archer, I'm a diviner. Therefore, I am not allowed to raise the bid against him, because if I do so and I win, I stole the item from my member who could only afford 200 blue diamonds. So now I'm holding it as a hostage against him, so now he needs to go and collect more money, and I can't even use the item. And even worse, I take the item, go and triple the price on the market, so now my alliance member, I'm keeping him from growing, I'm keeping him from getting stronger, and eventually my ally stays weak and I get richer. But in this game, you cannot be strong all alone. You need more people to help you out. So your incentive is to keep your alliance members as equipped as possible, and if they can get ultimacies, don't even think about stealing it from them. So with that aside, let's sum it up real quick. Alliance Auction House, items come from Lost City. First 12 hours are the items only visible for you. The other 12 hours are visible for the rest of the server. After 24 hours, all the items that were not sold being wiped from the auction house, and by that time, new items will come in. With that in mind, if you cannot use an item inside the auction house, don't bid on it. If nobody gonna bid on it for the first 12 hours and you're 100% sure nobody is bidding on it, take the item, keep it within your alliance unless nobody wants it, put it on the put it on the market. Here's an example that I am pretty much certain. Yesterday, one of my alliance members asked me if I want to buy one of the Ultimacies for a diviner, this one. I told him, no, I'm not going to buy it because I don't have the dimes. He said, okay, therefore, here is the item on the market. It's okay, it's fine, for one reason only. He bought this item he bid on this item 200. That means nobody else, including me, didn't bid for it or didn't raise the price. Therefore, he is allowed to get this item. Now, if I'm refusing to buy it from him, or any other diviner is refusing to buy it from him, for the same price as the lowest, 200 dimes, that means either we don't need it or we can't afford it. And therefore, he is allowed to go and put it on the market because all the options have been wasted. So it's eventually, in the end of the day, he benefits by milking more money from the competing alliances, except of milking it from me. Because if I want, I can go and ask him, hey, I have the 200 dimes now. Would you consider giving it to me for that price? And most likely, as much as I know my alliance members, he will. So this is the video for today. Hope it was informative enough, and I hope you learned something new. I'll try to make another one every day. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy. Share it, and I'll see you guys next time.